Hi everyone, sorry we are late. We are experiencing some network problems, some technical problem. I'm Nicole Hanselman. Thank you for joining. I'm going to tag my friends. As you do so, we'll try and sort out our problem. Our guest is having a little bit of a hurdle trying to come on. I think it's down to the network. So otherwise, hello, let's go and tag our friends. Nicole here. Today we have Sashona as our guest. I love that girl. So hold on a minute as I tag my friends and tell them we are on. Cool. Okay. So who have we got? I'll go on my phone actually. Hi Sash, I can see you there. I hope your network is good and everything is good. Okay. Everybody who's joining, we really apologize for being late. It's not our thing. I don't like being late at all. But I'm having a dramatic day. I've taken on so much, doing a lot of things all at the same time, including some insurance things that are trying to rip me off. I'm like, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. If you don't check your insurance, the next year it just goes up. They don't inform you. You start paying an amount you never agreed to. And I'm like, no, okay, guys, I'm leaving you. And so left them for the next big fish. Okay, let me see. We've had a lot of things going on. We've had one of our members being unwell. I'm glad he's back on and okay, so I'll tag him. Justice, nice to have you back. And then I'm seeing Hillary on. Hi, Hillary. Thank you. Always nice seeing you here. Okay, who was I going to tag? Some other people are in Facebook jail. Enjoying the jail. Okay, Sash, I'm seeing you on there. I hope your network will be behaving. I'm sending you something in a minute. Okay. There we go. Sent you that. So we've been talking about spirituality. It's been really interesting. On Monday we talked about so much. It was really I enjoyed myself. So today we're taking a different turn a little bit. I love this girl. I always read a post when she's talking about all these divine messages. So I'd like us to go and to tell us about it. Last time she mentioned a little bit about it, and I thought, you know what, you're coming back on and telling us everything about it. So today you got a lot of questions to ask this beauty. Okay. Let me add her and then she can say hello as I continue with my AOB drum rolls. Hi, beautiful. Oh, hi. Welcome. Oh, thank you. They're getting old now. I've been swimming too much and they're just coming and done. Thank you. I know who I'm going to tag. Okay, I'm going to tag Jess. Jess, are you here today? Jess, I can't see your name coming up. I can't see your name coming up. Okay, so I'm going to tag Anna. There you go, Anna. And Naomi. Oh, Naomi came up. Anybody I forget? Sorry. Hi, Kev. Welcome. Okay, as you can see, we still are experiencing some network issues. We hope it will be good. So a little bit of a recap of what we spoke about last week. We did mention what spirituality is. We recognize that it's different for everybody. And personally, I don't believe that I have to go to an institution or follow a certain religion or faith to to feel like I'm being spiritual. And so long as you reconnect to that one love, to that oneness, to that understanding that we are all one, and forgiving yourself for being human and your faults, then I believe you're on your spiritual journey, just being more gentle to yourself, more loving to yourself. And once you do that, it will be easy to do that with anybody else. We had a question, somebody asking about their neighbor, being like really horrible. It's really hard to love them. Yeah, some people are just like that. We are sometimes a reflection of our environment, right? But you have to understand that sometimes some people, they come from emptiness. So they're trying to fill that by being overly horrible to others and doing all these horrible things, thinking that it will make them feel better or it will make them a better person, but it doesn't. Don't be sucked in that damage. Be that bigger person and come out of that damage. If you want to reach out and try and resolve it. If it's not working, just go and mind your own business. Don't add any bitterness to that person's life. Don't add any bitterness to your life. When you love yourself and are more forgiving to yourself, you'll find that loving others will be easier. But it doesn't mean everybody will love you. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't mean everybody will love you. Hi, it's nice to see you back. Mlamwa. Let's do this. Absolutely. Let's do this. Hi.
Yeah.
There you are.
How are you, darling?
Hi, girl.
Hi,
Always
how are
nice
you? How
seeing
is
you.
everything?
I'm
I
good.
know.
I'm good. I'm good. I just hope the internet behaves itself. I just hope we'll have a
You
good
know,
day. That's all I hope.
I'm, yeah, it's very, very funny. Every time I have an interview, that's when my internet starts misbehaving. And in Zanzibar, we have the Zantel network. It's like the best. But every time I have an interview, inaanza kuleta shida.
Inaleta shida, it's really bad. It's really bad. Wacha tuiombe. Amen. Tumeombea. Tumeombea itabehave. So, my darling, I do you want to introduce yourself to us? Tell us who you are. Tell us everything you want to tell. Okay.
Amen. I'll tell. Oh,
Sashona.
let me restart this thing.
I didn't hear anything. The internet is really, really bad. It's really bad. I never had anything. Oh, okay. Okay. As we wait for it to settle and be good, I'll try and take off Sash and then bring her back on. Okay, I hope she knows what I'm doing. I'll bring her back on. Okay, you can ask questions. You can tell us who you are, where you're joining us from, all the good things, all the good things. Let's talk about spirituality. What does spirituality means to you? What is it? What's the need of being spiritual? Why? What is it to you? Are you a spiritual person? Do you define yourself as spiritual? For me, I define myself as spiritual, but not religious. Some people are religious and spiritual. What is it to you? Let's hear you out today. Let's hear you out. And then, oh, my sweetheart came out completely. I was hoping she doesn't come out completely, that she comes back on. Okay. Let me tell her to come back on. Okay. One of those things. One of those things. So today I was hoping to ask my dear friend what is spirituality to us. To her, she's spoken about feathers and stuff before, not on our platform. Mainly on our platform, she speaks about feathers and stuff like that. She teaches people about those things. We're not teaching you so that you necessarily believe it, but just for you to see different kinds of belief, different kind of aspects. It's all different for everybody. So it's always good to hear other people's views. It's not about judging what somebody believes in. It's just about connecting. You know what? At the end of the day, so long as we realize we are all one, that's all that matters. So long as we realize that we are all human beings, we all still need a toilet to do number two. Yeah, we all have the same blood. We are just one. So long as we understand that connectivity and that higher divine power, then we are good to go. Yeah. Hi, when we talk about spirituality, it brings a lot of confusion, more especially in Africa. Absolutely. You know what? In Africa, I think what we originally have, this is a personal view, totally personal. I think what we originally have was working and was good enough. It was so powerful that it scared people and they started giving it bad names, like witchcraft, I don't know what, demonic powers or whatever names they gave it. But I think we had something beautiful and it worked for us. They knew what to pray for, how to pray for it, and it worked for them. I think we had something amazing and beautiful. And the confusion comes from now we are in the middle of two different powers, transitioning. And that's where the confusion comes from. What our grandparents did and what we believe in now, sometimes we think that they don't go together. But if you look at the basics of what every single religion or faith or whatever has, you see it's just more or less the same. You see that we are just one, and you see that it's just power, it's just love, yeah, and of great power. Okay, my guest is not back yet. So, do I have a recap of what I had we spoke about last week? I did talk about my own personal experience where there's a time I went through something really, really scary. And that time I had to promise God everything. I just promised God, you know what, spare my life, and I'll be forever faithful. That's human and that's fine. Most of us reconnect when we are going through stuff, when you're financially down, when you're emotionally down. That's when you remember, oh, there's my God. There's nothing wrong with that. It's you being human. It's fine. Learn to forgive yourself for such flaws. But the most important thing is coming back to that one love. The most important thing. Always remember that for yourself. Cool. Okay, my guest has disappeared. And that's worrying for me. That's worrying for me because I didn't prepare my own notes. And if I did, they're not even anywhere near. They're not anywhere near me. Okay. So, maybe I'll answer her questions in my own view. So personally, I was gonna ask her, what is spirituality to her, how she practices her faith and stuff. I found that meditating and yoga works for me. I don't have to go to an institution and do whatever they believe in or their doctrines. That is totally a personal choice. I was brought up in a religious family, maybe even too religious, where we were not allowed a lot of things. We were not allowed to pierce our ears. We were not allowed to do this, to wear jewelry, all those things. We were supposed to be decent. You couldn't show you were supposed to be as modest as they come. That is where my religion, that is the religion I was born. But I came out of that. It's too limiting. It's too limiting in a way that we are meant to be creative and express ourselves. And at the end of the day, it's not like these bodies matter so much. To me, I don't think they matter that much. They matter in regards that, yes, it was given to us. We have to look after it. in that regard. But I don't think that at the end of the day it matters. Okay, all those piercing and stuff. I found a lot of things that we did were limiting, especially when it comes to modesty. So you'd find that you don't want to be successful, or if you are, you have to hide it because you don't want somebody else to feel bad about it. But I think there's beauty in having, because we were meant to have. Even our African religion, our African faith was never poor. Africans were never poor in the first place. Our land is so fertile. We have all the minerals in the world. We have everything. Africa is not poor. Africa is not poor at all. So even if you come from an African point of view, we were never meant to be poor. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So our religion was more of modesty, ujifunike, kind of nothing wrong, but it wasn't for me. So I decided, you know what, spirituality is something big to me. I know there's divine power. I've seen it in my life so much, in a way that it could even spook you at times. If I told you the things that I've experienced, the places that I've been, and you're like, oh my God, are you making up those stories? I promise you not. I don't make them up. I've not made them up. And I don't tell them just for you not to think, okay, who you are. You know, you might think that they're made up. So spirituality is deep for me. I practice yoga at the moment, and meditation helps me calm down, helps me go back to the present moment, because in the present moment is where we are powerful, where we are creative. It's the most important moment. When we come out of that, we'll either be in the future, where we are becoming anxious about the future, we are anxious about end month, we are anxious about rent, anxious about dying, anxious about all these things. Or we'll be in the past, stuck in the past, all the mistakes we did, or I shouldn't have gone through this path, I shouldn't have done that. So we have to be really, really careful on where we are in life and what we're doing. So for me, meditation helps bring me back to the moment. I pray too. I pray a lot. Spiritual is never defined by religion, crowd, or movement. It's a personal thing. If you are honestly at peace with your God, inner self, you do good, mean well to others, then you are perfect. I believe so totally. That is my view. And I think we all need to be spiritual if we can, because then we'll discover amazing love that is non-judgmental. The problem with religion, sometimes we end up being judgmental because somebody's not going by the doctrines, the institutional doctrines that you have. So that person is wrong, that person is bad, that person is this. And then we like comparing ourselves. I don't know whether it's just human nature or something. So you just go to those institutions like, why isn't that person obeying this? They know we're supposed to be all covered and stuff. They've come to this place with and not having covered. You're concentrating on the wrong things instead of concentrating on the love, the one love that we need to concentrate on, that bind us together. Yeah, so yeah, to me, I think this is my view. This is absolutely my view. And I'm glad that a lot of us, the newer generation, are questioning a lot of the things that they found. And I think that is nice. They're questioning a lot of those things that were passed down to them by their parents. And it is the path to enlightenment, path to get to learning and learning and learning. So cool. Let's try this. Let's try this. Hi, girl.
Hi, I'm so sorry.
You know, if there's something that is gonna kill me in this world, will be the internet connection.
I know, and it's so funny. Like it goes when I'm online, but when I'm not online, my internet is the best. I don't know what's happening.
It just doesn't like you being online, just in case you're being tricky.
I know. I think so. I'm starting to think that way.
Maybe they've censored you. They've censored you because you know you got into trouble a lot online. So they're like, you know what? Let's make sure she doesn't go and preach her word. So, sweetheart, tell us about yourself. We'll try and get on with it. Just because we started late and just because of the time, really. So, tell us about yourself and tell us what spirituality means to you.
Actually, I think everybody knows me by now. My name is Sasha Serafine Pote, born and bred in Kenya, but I live in Zanzibar now. I've been traveling Africa and empowering the girl child of Africa. And through doing this, I found my spirituality. For me, spirituality is just self-awareness. And the reason I started to practice spirituality is because I was working on what I was taught I was since I was a child. But as I
Mm,
started traveling, I started to find myself,
mm,
And right now, everything that I'm doing because of the spiritual journey that I've been having, I
mm,
think now I take everything as a process of healing, because as African children, we have a lot to heal.
mm,
Looking back from where we're coming
mm,
from colonization and
mm,
the trauma passed on from generation to generation.
mm,
So I think for me, my journey through spirituality has really helped me as a person, and I'm still healing myself in so many ways. And
mm,
for now, even the people I'm working with, if you're so based on profit, we cannot work together.
mhm.
We
Yeah,
cannot work together,
there's
because
no
when,
connection.
yeah, because looking back, I think the greed that was instilled in us has actually messed us in so many ways. It has divided
Yeah,
us in so many ways.
yeah.
And that's why I'm now combining tourism with farming and
Mm,
skills, different kinds
mhm.
of skills.
Yeah.
I want to work with
Things that
people
we
who are,
already have in one way or another.
what?
Things that we already have in one way or another.
Things that we already have in one way or another, because in our minds have been planted that it's all about the money. And I
Mm,
realize the more you chase it, the more unhappy you become.
mm,
But once you
yeah.
start to heal, once you start to heal yourself spiritually, you see life beyond money.
Wow.
Yeah, and this has been my best journey. It's been my best journey.
Yeah, you did go through a lot of some stuff years ago online with the bullying and stuff. Was that the point that really transformed you and made you first take us through that, and then was it really the part that made you who you are today?
I wouldn't say it's the one that made me who I am today, but I can say it's the one that boosted me to be who
Mm-hmm.
I am today, because I had already started my spiritual journey, but I was not
Yeah.
there yet. But I
Mm,
have two people who've been helping me through it all. I've mentioned Mam Millie many times, and there
mm,
is my other friend. I call him my dad. He's called Ras Nathaniel. He's in
mm,
America. So
mm,
they had helped me through this spiritual journey. So when
mm,
that came, I had healed, and they had taught me that people project on you who they are.
mm-hmm.
So by the time the backlash was coming, for me, I was
Mm.
not wounded, because it was not about me. It was how they felt about themselves. And that is what they were
It
projecting
wasn't
on
about
me.
you.
Yes.
So
So
it
for
did
me,
affect you anyway, or did you have that divine protection?
I had the divine protection, but I remember I was very strong. I was very strong. And the reason I was strong is because my mom and dad were there for me. When my dad called me, the first thing he said to me, because I woke up to another world,
Yeah. One minute
you
you're
know?
Sasha, the next minute is like, what the F is happening?
Exactly, and the first thing that I thought of was my parents. How are they going to take this? And when I called my sister, because first of all, when it was so surprising for me, because I switched on the phone, I could not even answer anything. My phone was just messages. I had been added in so many diaspora groups. There is a
Mm,
Kenyan American group. They had added me. I woke up to WhatsApp messages. People are telling me, please don't think about killing yourself. I had not even
mm,
checked Facebook. Then when I checked
yeah.
Facebook, oh my God, all these insults and everything. And then my two small sisters are still very young. So when I spoke to them, they were crying.
Mm,
And I told them whatever people, because people were telling them all sorts of things at work and everything. I told them, let
mm,
them be. And then I asked them, how is mom and dad? And my sister
mm,
Irene told me, they are going to call you.
mm,
So I spent like a day. My parents
Yeah.
had
For
not.
those who are not following what Sasha is on about, it's all over the internet. It's not that hard to find, but we'll fill you in. We'll fill you in. Sasha was living her life, being this girl who was known all over the internet and speaking her mind, being herself. And one day she woke up to the real dark side of the internet, the bullying side, which in so many ways made you even more famous or something.
Yes, it made it so famous. And then they are all media houses calling me for interviews. Their friends telling me, please don't kill yourself. So in the beginning, I was not understanding what it was all about until I went to Facebook and realized it's a picture that I
What is
shared, and
happening?
yeah, it's gone south, you know. And so when I asked my sister how is mom and dad, she was like, they're gonna call you. So it took one day and they didn't call me, and then I was scared
Which
of
is even
calling them because
worse.
I was like, oh my gosh. So, and then I'm in Arusha with a friend of mine, and she's trying to keep me sane. She's my second mom. She's called Charity. And then we were going places with her, and it was around December when we celebrate our Freedom Day. So, like, they're Kenyans, everybody wants to take pictures with me and show that they met with me. I was so confused. Like, the whole world was on was stepping on me, you know. And then so we are going places in Arusha. My mind is all over the place, you know, because I'm also reading the comments, I'm reading the insults and everything. And my friend we would go somewhere and I would be just in a corner, and she was like, no, Sasha, you need to ignore this and everything. And then for me, I was still thinking, what will my mom and dad say? And my mom and dad called me. Dad is the one who called me. And the first thing he told me, we know who you are. We know what you're capable of doing and what you're not capable
Yes.
of doing. Yeah. And then he was like, you know, our parents are so religious. I'm dropping religion as I find my way in spirituality. But my parents raised me in the church, and I love some of the lessons about perseverance and everything that I've learned in the Bible. And so my dad, the first thing he said was like, Moses took them out of slavery, but they still insulted him and made him
Yeah.
angry that he did not see the promised land. So my dad asked me, who are you?
And that's
And
the
then
most important question of all, and nobody knows how to answer that.
yes, so I was like, how is mom? And then he was like, here's the phone, talk to her. And then the first words that my mom said, she was like, thank you, my daughter, for showing the world that you're strong like your mother. I just told Charity, where is the party at? And we started going all over Arusha and we were having fun. And I dropped all the chains, all the thoughts that were bothering me. I dropped all of them because the most important people in my life are my mom and dad, my sisters and my one brother, you know. So if they did not judge me in any way, if they did not question my sanity in any way, I don't know why I should be stressed. Then I have my small brother, Sharmati, from another mother. He called me. He was in the US, and he's very, very young. And he was like, "My sister, we know, we love you. We know who you are. We are praying for you." So that's, you know, and all these people who are writing to me on
That's the
WhatsApp, I
most
don't.
important thing, the support
Yes,
system that one needs.
support system, yes. And then I started getting people from all over the world, some women from America who've been traveling with me now. When they saw the story, they were like, we want to empower Black women in Africa, and we have decided, we have seen your story and we're gonna be traveling with you. So instead of this killing me or burying me, it was like it made me sprout. And the minute I did sprout, let's just say that 2017 made me drop all the chains. I don't care. You have seen me. I am bold on Facebook. I can say anything.
Yeah.
As long as you're not part of my life, you are allowed to project whatever you project about me. That is the good thing about spirituality. Because for me, before I started my journey for spirituality, I've been to many churches since I was a child. You know, you are being moved from this church, and
Yeah.
I came to realize like we worship human beings because you are told, oh, you pastor ndio mzuri kushinda ule, you move to this church, you move to this church. So by the time I was growing up, I reached to a point of depression. I was so confused. You go to this church, you're being told you have been bewitched. You go to this church, so you start living in fear. The good thing about spirituality is you have this open mind, you know, because spirituality involves the recognition of feeling of the sense of belief, you know, the sense of belief that there is something than you.
Yeah, on Monday we did talk about that. You know, sometimes when we don't know our values and we don't understand ourselves, where we're coming from, and we don't even love ourselves enough, that's why we keep on going to these different institutions. You'll jump from this church to another one, trying to find that fulfillment. But there you're going to meet people who are just like you, or maybe even worse, who are totally messed up than you. And you get there and they start judging you, or they don't make you feel welcome. I even shared my story how there's a time I was trying to reconnect through church and go back and, you know, have that congregational thing going on in my life. And I went there, and after the service, instead of people just coming and getting to know me and introducing themselves and leaving it at that, every woman seemed so busy trying to introduce me to their husband. They'll be pointing out to somebody who is really far. Yule ni bwanangu. You can't even see who that is. Unaona yule. And you're thinking, what's this business about that? And that's how I stopped. I just thought, you know what? I'll find my other ways of connecting with my spiritual life and stuff. So you, my darling, you believe in feathers. What is this about?
The belief in feathers is when Mama Millie and Ras Nathaniel were teaching me about when they were helping me with my awakening journey. Let me just thank them because they really helped me, and I was so stubborn. You know, when you have been indoctrinated since a child and someone is coming to tell you something,
you can't come out of it.
It's totally exactly, you know. And I always tell Mom Millie, I thank God for her. She was very patient with me. She's always like, you have to pass it on, you know, you have to pass it on. But sometimes when I started to teach people what they have taught me, I would get angry because I'm not blessed with patience like they were, because they were very, very patient with me. I was very, very stubborn. You know, like when someone is giving you another direction, you have been taught like this, and you are taught that anything that doesn't go with religion, it's devil worshipping. So it was a very big mental battle for me until
constant conflict.
Constant conflict. You don't have peace. You fear. But when you start to question these things, you're like, I started to question, and then I'm thinking, I was taught that I am sinless until the age of 7. But when I reach the age of 7, my sin starts to be counted. You know? And when I started to question, I started to ask myself, if it rains in my land and I'm religious, it shouldn't be raining at an atheist land, because an atheist does not believe in God.
Yeah.
So the moment I started to question everything, I started to realize that
is the moment
my whole life is a lie.
Absolutely. That is the moment that changes your life forever.
It changes your life. Then I'm seeing this girl, Cheryl Zondi, she was taken to church in South Africa by Pastor Omotoso. He put them in a house that was his brothel. And this girl was being raped. And she's not the only one. And they are choir girls. They are going there. He's been molesting these girls. And for her, the pastor, each time she got pregnant, the pastor would bring a doctor from Nigeria who was illegal, and he would perform the illegal abortions until the doctor told the pastor, if we do one more abortion on this girl, she's never gonna give birth. And they did it, you know. And after that, it's when she found her freedom, and she ran away, and she had to climb the wall. And what broke me so much is that when she came out, people from the church wanted to
What
kill
the
her,
first
that
one
even
too.
going to court, she had to be given, yes, she had to be given government protection. And then you go and you see all these Catholic priests who've been abusing children, and you start to question it all, and you start to see the hypocrisy. And I started hating the whole organization. God forgive me for that. I know there are good churches, I know there are good pastors out there, but there's a lot of hypocrisy in it. There's a lot of fear in it. So this thing, it's a mental chain. You know, so I started to bring myself out of that mental chain, and I thank God where I am at. I thank God so much, because also is it 3 or 4 years ago? Yes, a friend of mine also, she was in this church, and I went to Nairobi.
Now you're making me laugh
I
before I
went to
even hear
Nairobi.
the story.
Yes.
Oh, don't break off.
Time
You're
that was
breaking
in
off.
2012. I went to Nairobi, and yeah, and I'm breaking off.
You were breaking off for a
Can you hear
minute.
me
That's
now?
on. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to Nairobi, and then by that time, I'm starting to break that oppressive system. And then I go, and I'm having a lot of problems at work. And she says, no, my pastor is the real one. And she took me to this place in Kahawa 44. We went, it's a plot. So the pastor has 2 rooms that are for prayers. One is for everybody, and the other one is for private prayers when you pay. And he lives in the other houses. He had taken the whole block. And then when when it was my
You're making me laugh.
when it was my time to be praying. Yeah, so when it was my time to be praying there, and there are a few people sitting on the bench, the ones who have paid like me, those now we are special ones. So and we are the ones who will be told about the things that are bothering us in life. And when it was my time to be prayed for, I was told to hold the Bible on top of my head.
Yeah.
So, and then when I held the Bible, the pastor, he took a whip
And started helping you.
and he started,
Yeah.
yes, so he started to whoop the Bible, but he's whooping my fingers, and I can't understand what he's saying. Me, I ran away.
You know what? When I go to such places, especially when I was younger, when I was younger, when I went to a place where I felt like the spirit wasn't right, people are praying and everybody's just praying and it's so noisy. I used to get this funny weird goosebump when I used to feel like I'm in the wrong place. I get signals that no, this is not normal. So I wouldn't have lasted there. I would have felt it. Kabaridi kengine kanakuja, nasikia kabaridi alafu nashikwa na tu goosebumps. And then I just feel kuna kitu inanifanyikia. I don't know what. And that's why I never let anybody put their hands on me. I never used to. Even now, I don't think I would. I never used to, because sijui ni nini unaniwekea ama ni nini, because there's power. And not everybody believes. Not everybody believes this, but me, I believe there is so much power. Hata mikono zetu zina so much power. We are vibration, we are energy. Say mambo unaweza ikawa mikono na nini, you don't know what is happening into that spiritual world. So I'm really careful, really careful.
Exactly. So it's true what you're saying. So me, I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening?
Wow. I can still hear you. Thank you. Just as message was, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. So and I left the church, and then the following. Yeah, I left the church. Are you hearing me?
Yes. You can go on. Yeah, I would like you to come
Nicole,
and tell us about this.
Oh yeah. So I left. Yeah. So I was at my friend. Yeah. So I was at my friend's place. So I left her in the church and I went back to her house. And then when she came in the evening, she, oh, you know, our pastor told, I told her, you're hearing me? I don't know why people, I think when people are texting, my network is going down.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I did notice that there's a lot of breaking now. There's a time you were really stable and it was really nice. Somebody was telling you, somebody said, what is that?
Yeah.
A very powerful message from your parents. Yeah, you do have a great support, and that is really important. And then somebody, absolutely
People
on point,
shouted,
Sasha, that
God
these
is
pastors
deaf.
out here using the word of God endlessly and brainwash their victims. By the time they break free from them, you're damaged. Yeah, you know what? I would refrain from judging them. In what sense? You know, some people, we come out into this world, we look like normal people, we look like adults, we look mature, we look okay and stuff. But some of us came from really damaged family, and they'll do whatever it takes, even if it's damaging other people, for them to get where they want to go, or if it will make them feel good a little bit. And then, you know, things like being a pastor, it's like a leadership thing. You're the people following you, you know, so you have this authority, this little power in you, and some get carried away with that. They just feel good that, you know what, somebody can actually listen to me. They don't know they're damaging the next generation and the next person, and it's sad that happened. And then we had people shout as if God is there. Pray for yourself, continual. And at intercessor, I refuse to believe that the other intercessor between a man and God is Jesus. Yeah, again, there are different ways of worshiping and spirituality. It's a personal thing. We talked about this on Monday. It's a personal journey. It's a personal thing. How you want to do it. We're not saying Jesus is the only way, but if you believe Jesus is the only way, there's nothing wrong with that. That is your belief. You know, if somebody wants to shout, they think that God is deaf, let them shout. If it makes them feel good. It's spiritually, it is so deep and so personal, so we just learn to embrace. Let us do this. Let us all endeavor to get into that one love, that connectivity and stuff. So, my darling, before we read the other comments, go on. I want to hear about these feathers. I really want to hear about how you came to understand about feathers and believe in feathers and teach about feathers. I really want to hear about this. Are we still there? Something happened there. We lose Sash for a minute. Okay, so, but Lovinda, it is funny. I know people do shout a lot. It is funny. Sometimes you go to places and you're like, oh my God, oh my God. But if we could realize that there's more power in quiet, the quietness, the silence, then we'll be in a better place than the shouting. But to each their own. And then we have, okay. I don't go or approve pastors' churches most for my own reasons. At the end of our life, we will be judged by our doings and not the institutions churches must be attend. It's all about you. At least that is more of my view, you know. First, if your prayers aren't answered, it's not the right thing or it's not the right time. We said on Monday, we was talking about this, and our view was that even if it's not being answered, that's already an answer. That is an answer. That is our view. Just because you don't have to wait to say, okay, I'm praying for snow in summer and snow didn't come. God is not answering that prayer because that is already an answer that we don't need snow in summer because it's summertime for a reason. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason for everything, and everything matters. So I'm not going to give you snow now, and there are farmers out there who need the crops. They need the crops to have sunshine. So either way, to me, it's still an answer. So anyway, Sash, can you please talk about these feathers? I want to know about feathers. I have my feathers here. Have I got the wrong ones? I found my feathers on the pads. Are they the wrong colors? Do they mean anything?
Yeah, once.
I've kept them. I've had them for a
they
few
mean something.
months now.
So anyway,
But I don't know whether
let
mine
me
mean anything.
let me just finish what I was saying.
Okay, go on. I'll let you. I'll
Let
let
me
you.
show you mine. 1 second.
Uh, oh, okay.
I
Oh, 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 okay. Hmm.
lots of protection. Yeah, I keep them. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a collection. What do feathers mean? What do they mean to you? What are they?
I can't hear you. Ah, okay. Oh, it's a how do I explain it? I don't know how to explain it because everyone finds themselves in their own way. So before I go to the feathers, let me finish what I was saying about my friend. So I left the church and I went back to her place. And when back, she's like, "Oh, we need to go to Mr. Price. I need to buy the pastor some shoes. I need to buy him some clothes." And we went and we bought. And she took them there. And then point to hospital, but she never listened. And I came back to Zanzibar, and one time she called me and I told the brother to go and take her to hospital, and he told me they don't want anything to do with them, to do with her. And then I just told him, life is very short, please just go. I think she's very, very sick, because I know she's a strong woman. By the way she spoke to me, I felt that very sick. Actually, when the brother went, they had to break or two, and they took her to hospital. And when they took her to hospital, she only stayed for 2 weeks and died. And they were told it was kidney failure. So but she never went for treatment. She just bewitched. So after that, I Nicole, hear me?
Are you breaking? Yeah, yeah. I'm wondering whether you're just breaking or whether. Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, she went and she passed away. Yeah.
Okay. So that is how I started. Yeah, she passed away. So after that, I started hated religion in so many ways. God forgive me, because I had also been wounded in the church, and I have forgiven. And it was a time that I really wanted, because when I was young, I used to sing in the choir. I had said that I really want to go to the, and I had this kind of dislike of the church. I was very angry. People kept telling me, you know how Christians, they just tell you this and feel you're not gonna clog my emotions. Don't even tell me I'm still wounded. So, and I thank God for Mama Millie, and I would share some of these things with her, and she started helping me with my journey, my mind. And through the process, the good thing, spirituality is about the universe. The universe gives you what you send out there. And that is why a few years ago, my page was so loud when I was doing anything political about Kenya, and I will pull all these people who with a lot of negativity, and they will come there and they will comment, and it's a war and a war. And I had to cleanse all that, and I realized there are things that I need to stop sharing. I can't hear you.
That's okay. I'm not saying anything. That's fine.
I can't hear. Oh, yeah.
That's fine. I'm listening to you. Yeah.
Yes, I when Mamili started teaching me about when she started to teach me about positive energy, a lot healed in my life. I attracted a lot of good things. I even went to my page and realized when I share this, I pull all these negative people. Sometimes they come and fight on my page, and I started to choose what I'm sharing, and it's been a beautiful journey. It's not something that you can guide someone. It is a self education. You have to find your own self. And the minute the universe works like this, it gives you what you attract. Mother Universe will start giving you signs. And that's how I started. Mom really have negative effect. There are people who used to be them, and they had a very oppressive boss. So every day I was just complaining, and even before I left that job, but even before I left that job, I a friend of mine of the universe. And this movie, it really changed my life. It was showing people who wake up every day and they just thank God. I thank God the air is beautiful. I thank God the air is beautiful. I thank God there is the sun. While me, I was like, oh my gosh, this job, this boss, So I go to work and I already find negativity. So my journey started
Yeah.
back then, but now Mom really came to push what had been started, positive things started to happen to me. I just
The
yes,
network has really gone bad again.
and I realized that we are what we attract. People, sometimes we have attracted them in our lives.
Yeah. 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 You know what? When you come to science,
Okay.
science will argue a lot of the things we
Yeah,
believe in.
it's been a journey, and it's not
Mm.
something that I can be it's not something that it is for you to find yourself. And the minute you start finding yourself, the universe starts giving you signs. And that's how I started. Mom really had taught me about feathers, and
Yeah.
when we were talking about feathers,
Okay. I think Sash is struggling with the internet again. It's really bad. Um, so let's bear with us a little bit. We are really losing her, and she's talking about really valid point. Okay, we know science might argue about placebo and stuff, which is fine. It's just the mind. What you want to believe in is really powerful, so that's fine, absolutely fine. Yes, Lovin, you're saying, I meant the only intercessor is Jesus. It's okay if your prayers aren't answered, as you say, Nicole. If not answered, it's already an answer. Just be contented that you're healthy and alive. Absolutely. Gratitude goes a long way. Even Sasha is talking about gratitude. You can see that gratitude goes a long way. It makes a huge, huge difference. Okay. I'll try and add Sasha back on. Sorry, we were really losing you most of the part on the last one. You can go ahead now, my darling.
oh yeah, I'm sorry that my internet always misbehaves when I have an so
It's okay. Well, at
like
least
I was
we are
saying,
still
it's
getting you
as
whether it's
much
like
as
it or not.
you'd like for me to explain, it's not something I can explain to.
Yeah?
Okay, so it's not something, it's not something that I can really be able to explain to people. It's a
Mm,
self journey. You find your own healing, because actually in
mm,
Africa we need to find our own healing. Very, very bitter. And if you don't find yourself and you heal, you go home to work, to your life, to the people who surround you, then you are not going to be able to find your
mm,
spirituality. So you need to heal first. And the minute you heal first, and the universe gives you what you attract, Mother Universe will start to give you signs. So
mm,
Mom really took me through the journey, and she was educating me, and I get I was talking to my friend yesterday. She sent me a feather, and she found a blue feather.
Mm.
And
Oh,
last I
nice.
read about
Beautiful.
my post about the feathers,
Mhm.
she found her first feather, and
Mm.
when she found her first feather, it was black. And I told her, black is protection. It means that you're protected, you know.
Mm.
And yesterday she saw a feather, and I told her the symbol of blue feathers is communication, truthfulness, and self expression. Having a blue feather can inspire you to believe in your own ability to express yourself and deepest truths. She's been having
So
these
explain
problems,
about
and
this
somebody
feather.
was
What,
pulling her at work. And when she
Sasha?
sent me the feather,
How are
and
you
then
finding the feather in the first place? And how do you find the feather in the first
what?
place? How do you find it in the
Yeah.
first place?
This open your mind to the universe, it will start giving you signs. And
Mm.
the first time after Mom Millie about this, and I started to attract it in my mind, I was
Mm.
walking in Stone Town, I found a feather. No, a friend came to visit me, and when he left, I found a feather. I can't hear you.
You are breaking.
Sikuski, my dear.
Oh, okay.
Nicole, I can't hear you. Now I can hear
Hello?
you.
I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
So you go ahead.
Oh, so I wasn't
Yeah,
hearing
you
you.
are
I don't
breaking
know
a
why my
little
network
bit.
keeps
Yeah.
misbehaving. Anyway, so yeah, yeah. So the first time I was discussing business, I'm breaking.
You're good now.
Am I still breaking? Okay, yeah. So I was discussing some business with a friend and invited him over to my place. And when he left, right when
Mm.
before he left, he got outside the door and I saw a black feather. And you know, a lot in business and everything, so I'm very very difficult to trust people. So for me that was a sign that I was dealing with a good person, because
Oh, yeah.
I've already been taught about these energies, you know.
Mm.
And after that, it was like now everywhere I was going, yeah, everywhere I was going, I started to see feathers. I started to see feathers. And when I started sharing, because social media is also a school, when I shared the first one, and then I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So I started to collect them, and I was finding the black ones. The has gone by, I've been finding all types of feathers.
Do they have to be long?
In learning a lot about their meanings, and I always do posts and say this one means like this, like the one my friend received. It has blue, it has told her white comes from the purest angels, and thus the are messages of peace, protection, and light. Finding our feather is a powerful message and blessings from the divine, and is a sign that all will be right for you soon. It's a journey. It's a journey, and you learn as you go. I'm
Sash,
still learning a lot. I was talking to a friend yesterday. She's from She had reached, yeah.
Yeah, we can explain more because you're breaking a lot. We can explain more on
You
how
hear
you
me?
find feathers or how somebody find feathers and what sort of feathers people does it have to be the long one? How do you
Yes.
find it? Maybe we can use, yeah, maybe we can use the comment later to explain, so because it's breaking a lot, so we didn't really catch on that. Yeah, so we can probably use the comment section, then you can explain to us a little bit more, maybe somebody's interested in understanding. So I want to ask you one question. Do you believe these are divine messages for you? Are they divine messages? Are they messages from like the other realm, the angels and stuff? Do you believe they are?
They are divine messages. They are divine messages, and how do I put it? I can't be able to explain, but they are divine messages that I'm being
Yeah.
protected,
Yeah.
and what I've been praying for, I know when I receive. There is no formula of receiving. There is no formula of receiving them. Universe, like I'm saying, once it sees what you're wanting, it's going to give you signs. And the minute I started to
Mm.
think about feathers, I would just go somewhere and I found a feather.
Yeah. Because I think it's more, for me, I would say it is more of self-awareness. When you come from life coaching point of view, when you're more self-aware, you become aware of your environment in general. You take notice of the little things, you appreciate the little things. It keeps you in gratitude. So things that not a lot of people will notice, you will notice. Something unusual on your path, just to bring you back to yourself and back to the present moment and to remind you to be grateful and to know there's something bigger than us, something divine. So that's for me how I view it. That's, yeah, to me, it's still self awareness. So, my darling, I'm sorry the internet has been terrible. We've just been hearing, oh, do you have any like parting words and stuff, and or anything else you wanted to cover? By the way, did you want to cover anything else? Because I'm saying we've already done an hour now. Did you have any other thing you wanted to share? Anything
Yeah.
else you wanted?
Yes. The good thing
Yeah, because the internet was
yes,
really bad. So we might
maybe I should
explain on
check
the
this.
comments the deeper part. And anybody with questions from the audience, if you have any questions from the audience, it will be nice for you to share right now before we start winding down. Back to you, Sasha. Anything else you wanted to share when it comes to divine messages or feathers? Oh, it's gone, completely gone now. Anyway, okay. It's a shame. I really wanted to know about her beliefs in feathers and stuff because I first came across it from her. And then out of curiosity, I told myself, you know what, let me just be a little bit aware of my environment. And I also started picking feathers, obviously not as big as hers or as colored as hers, but I started noticing it. I'm walking on my path and I'll just see a feather. There's a time I was talking to somebody and it was really something important. And as we all sat together, a feather, I really liked when just came and just landed right in front of us. It came very beautifully, a pure white one. And to me, I was like, you know what? I think that is a message from somebody, and I know who it is. So, yeah, different views on everybody and their beliefs. What is it you believe in? You can continue in the comment section and tell us what you believe in. Some of those things that you think, oh, if you see it's a message from the outer world, from the divine world. What are some of those things that you believe in, you as a person? And the internet is really bad, so I don't think there's any point of going any much further anyway. Hi, girl. We are so sorry about the internet, and we're running out of time too. So I was hoping if you have anything else you wanted to share, any
Hi.
parting, nice.
I just had to. I just Yeah, I just had to come.
It's beautiful outside, but we can't hear you still.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, now. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like I was saying, it's a personal journey. It's not something that you can educate someone. In the Bible, when Jesus was crucified, it was a sign that we must go to the Father direct, not through somebody.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So this is spirituality. You find yourself and you're able to speak to God directly. There is no Godfather. There is no paying for prayers. There is no, because for me, like I said, it had reached to a point of almost suicide because I was living in fear. I was so fearful because you're being told, oh, you have been bewitched. Oh, this person did this to you, you know. But once I started to find my own self, I started it, and it goes with meditation. It goes with meditation because you start to calm your mind from all this race that you have been through in life. We have been racing since we were kids because you're always checking your back. What am I doing that is not right? You don't have a peaceful
yeah,
life. God is
constant
not
being
a thief
rectified.
to
Yeah.
rob your peace of mind.
Mm.
He is
Mm.
not a thief. Yes, exactly. He is your father. He loves you, you know. So it helps you to break fear. For me, I had reached to a point of being so fearful. Opened this company with this lady, and it reached a point like she had put like the man of God is like our God. We have to go, if even if we are doing a registration, we have to first go and tell him we are doing this. We
Mm.
have to go and tell him this we have quarreled with this business partner. We are being told that the business partner is bewitching us. I'm telling you, I reached to a point of depression. I was lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was lost. And
Mm.
I don't know what message that somebody will tell me that will make me go to the church. I don't think there is any, because I have found my God. I am so peaceful. I am so
Absolutely.
happy. A lot of my prayers are answered. I have
Mm.
moments where I meditate and I'm very calm and very quiet. I don't even watch TV because I have moments when I come back home and I have to listen to my mind, and
Mm.
I can hear God now. And I've reached to a
Yeah.
point where I have reached to a point where I'm in another realm. Like, you move to another realm. Like when I started to teach people about feathers on Facebook and people started to share with me, they received the feathers. I moved to another step because you've already served the universe. Right now, I've always read
Okay.
people saying that my ears are ringing. Yes, you just, God upgrades you. Right now, I hear, sometimes I'm seated and I hear ringing in my ears.
Mm.
And sometimes when I close my eyes, I see flashlights in my eye. And I know that protected by the divine, that which is
Nice.
higher and greater than me.
Yeah. Nice.
So
No,
it's a journey. It's a journey
mm.
that has no end, but it's
No,
not a
there's no
journey that you can tell
destination.
someone do this and that. It's,
Mm.
yes, and for my parting shot is that I would tell people to stop. When we were kids, there used to be like a song we used to sing in Sunday school. It used to go like mahangaiko na mahangaiko na shughuli
Na
za kila
shughuli
siku
za kila
zinawafanya
siku.
wanadamu wa- yes,
It's
you know.
true though. You
So
know what? That's
yes,
what
and that
makes us
song,
so busy. Mm? It so
yes,
makes us so busy. We don't hear the
exactly.
messages. We
And
don't hear
I
the voice. Mm. Yeah.
we don't hear the voice. We are busy chasing wealth. One thing, my mom's and my dad's generation, I would never want to be like that generation. I would rather die than live like them. They have so
Yeah.
much wealth, but they don't know that they have it because they are
Yeah.
always chasing and chasing and chasing.
We have
They
no
don't even take
excuse
time to
too.
go for a holiday.
Yeah. We have no
Exactly.
excuse.
They
We are
don't
in the
even
information
they don't go.
generation, isn't it? We're in the generation of
Exactly.
information,
And our
so we have
generation,
no excuse. Mm,
we are the generation of the information. We are the generation that God has brought here to break all those chains.
barriers and stuff. Amen, sister. Amen, sister. I totally agree. We've
Yes.
run out of time,
You
my
you
darling.
you
Uh, we've run out of time. I know this is a
you
wide
remember last,
topic. There's so much to share. So
we shall redo it
I would,
again because I wanted to speak a lot of so many things, but the
yeah,
network and the time. But we shall do a step 2.
yeah, cool. Let's talk further about that. For now, I want you to tell people where they can reach you and stuff like that. Most of the topics we cover here, they're over so wide. There's always so much to cover. And then when the internet misbehaves as well, it's so annoying because you could have used that time to cover even a lot more. Where can people reach you from?
They can reach me on my YouTube. Is, although I have not started working on it, I need to start working on it. It's
Yeah.
Sasha Spice Africa, and then I have my IG. My IG is SS Mbote, and then I have my Twitter. It's Sasha Spice Africa, and here on Facebook, Sashona Mbote Seraphine. And I will share with you my WhatsApp number because a lot of people gave out my personal number. Now it's a business number, so I can just release it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You at least you can keep it for everybody else. So anybody who has that, it's okay.
Yes,
And then people like me, we get the private one.
exactly. Family.
I know. I know. I love you so much, my darling. Thank you so much for your time.
That,
Amazing. We finished
that,
at exactly 111.
yes. I should have come outside. It's so, the network is so good outside. I didn't know.
Now, yeah, but the network is so temperamental. Maybe if you're outside, it would have decided the inside is better. But now you
Yeah,
know
it's
for
true. Yeah,
now.
it's true.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really appreciate
Actually,
your time, my
I will just
darling.
put. I should put an office in my bedroom. My bedroom has the best network in.
Maybe you should find a corner where we are allowed to see. Just to prepare a corner, then we don't have to see everything that's private. We don't want to be blind. So a corner that you use for us for,
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
internet. Thank you so much.
I'll do that.
Cool. I hope everybody's learned something new. I always endeavor on that, like at least learning something new every day. And we can only learn that from listening to others, not being judgmental of others, just listening to their beliefs and where they come from. It doesn't matter, whatever somebody practices. I say so long as it's not harming anybody, you're not harming anybody, you're working towards love, it's aligned with your values, our values as humanity as well, then we're in a good place. We're in a good place. One day we'll find ourselves all in harmony. So long as we quit judging, we've all been raised differently. It will take a while before we might never it might never even happen. Thinking alike might never even happen. But so long as we are all working to a greater goal, I think we're in a good place. Define spirituality in your own way. Find a way that works for you. You don't have to go by the things you're told as a child. If they're not working for you, if they're limiting in so many ways, maybe socially or financially or whatever, question, and at that point of questioning, that's where you find enlightenment. That's where things change for you. Use that and go to greater heights. Yeah, thank you everybody who's been here. Thank you, Sasha, so much for coming onto my platform. I really appreciate it. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome,
it.
dear. You're
Utasema
welcome.
bye?
Yeah, I will say bye. I like something that you touched. Let's just say, I think my religion is love. I like what you said.
Yeah.
It should just be love. Because the reason also that I started to drop all these things is because why do you teach me that this person, because they pray differently like me, they will go to hell and things like that? Let us just spread love. Religion has divided us for so many years. It has killed so
Yeah.
many people. God is
Mm.
one. God is one. And please,
Yeah.
religious
Yeah.
people, stop being so judgmental. Use that judgment on yourself and seek God and find how you can cleanse yourself before His eyes.
Mm.
At the end of the day, it only matters about how God thinks about you, not what humans think about you. So that's it, and
Yeah.
kwaherini.
I know. Make the world a better place. Then we
Make the
found it.
yes.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, beautiful. I hope to be seeing you again. Look after
Bye.
yourself. Stay out of Facebook trouble and Facebook jails. Acha siasa Facebook. We need you.
Nimeacha hata niko na warning mbili sasa hii wiki. Nimeacha.
We may graduate 2 months of not going to jail.
Yo, you guys should gift me. You should gift me.
Thank you. Anyway, bye for now. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us and see you again on Monday.